Texture, the animal architecture visible from space. Nestling remote forests in northern Canada sit the world's longest beaver dam, carving around water like castle wall. This 850-meter long structure is large enough to be seen in satellite imagery. The dam and a generation of North American beavers that maintain it have dramatically transformed the region, creating a pond containing roughly 70 million liters of water. This is a strawberry-sized home for the creatures of this wounded kingdom. But even dams one hundredth the size of this one can have huge impacts on their environment. So, how exactly did beaver rejoin the forest, and how they build this impressive structure in the first place? Consider this beaver in the northwestern U.S., standing just under 2 feet tall, have proud representative the world's second largest rodent species. While he is a risk to predators on land, once he builds a lodge, he'll have a massive moat to keep him safe. But he can't just build a dam anywhere. Following the sounds of running water, our beaver searches heavily wooded area to find a medium-sized stream that's not too steep or too deep. After bending one constructor's side due to its rocky floor, he found a stream with a soft, muddy bottom. Combining vegetation, mud, and sticks, he created a small bank along the stream's edge. Then, using a bite almost 3 times stronger than any other mammal of this size, our beaver chews nearby logs into sturdy sticks. He then rolled them into the water and spiked them down into the soft stream. Beaver dams come in several shapes, but our beaver opted for a conveying dam to dissipate the forceful flowing water, and layers in large rocks to reinforce areas when water flows the strongest. Depending on the dam's length, the stream speed, and the number of beaver on the job, these devoted architects can build shocking fast. In some cases where humans try to remove dams, beavers have rebuilt them overnight, sometimes rebuilding larger than they were before. Like most dams, our beavers project is just a couple meters long, and working alone, these dams could take several days to complete. But once the structure spanned the channel, his watery home begins to fill up. As the ponds grow, he'll extend the dam to block water flow around the side. However, some is permitted to leak downstream, releasing pressure on the dam and regulate the pond's water levels. The larger the pond, the larger the beaver's territory, and since they hold their breath up to 15 minutes, beavers can easily access food on the shoreline. Throughout the fall, our beaver builds up the impressive supply for winter, while also looking for someone to share it. Beaver are fiercely territorial, they are also bond for life. When the pond bridges over, our new beaver couples split their time between making trips to food cache with their largest private entrance and starting a family. Come summertime, the juvenile have reinforced and expanded them, gather food, and watch their younger siblings. After 2 to 3 years, these young beavers will disperse to find territory and may serve their own, but their ancestor dam can last for decades. Maintenance work is continued by descendants of the original colony or new beaver that move in when the reigning family leaves. There is certainly no shortage of neighbors. Some regions have as many as 40 beaver dams per kilometer upstream. This is great news for surrounding wildlife They are heavily on these semi-aquatic engineers. Logistics serve as nesting site and refuges for various species of wildlife. Beaver channels connect bodies of water, increasing biodiverse area between water and land. Humans benefit from beaver construction projects too. Their ponds help replenish groundwater, in part creating large expanses of surface water. And just like their man-made counterparts, beaver dams slow floodwater. So just by following their natural instincts, these ecosystem engineers created huge impact downstream. One more. Nestled the Limo Forest of northern Canada is the world's longest beaver dam. Carving around the water like castle wall, this 850-meter long structure is large enough to be seen in satellite imagery. The dam and the generation of North American beaver that maintain it have dramatically transformed the region, creating a pond containing roughly 70 million liters of water. This is a super-sizable home for the creator of this woodland kingdom. But even them one hundredth the size of this one can have huge impacts on their environment. So, how exactly do beaver breeding dine forests, and how they build these impressive structures in the first place? Consider this beaver in the northwestern U.S. Standing just under 2 feet tall, he is proud representative of the world's second largest rodent species. While he is at risk to predators on land, once he builds a lodge, he'll have a massive moat to keep him safe. But he can't just build a dam anywhere. Following the sounds of running water, our beaver searches heavily wooded area to find the medium-sized stream that's not too steep or too deep. After abandoning one construction site due to its rocky floor, he found a stream with a soft, muddy bog. Combining vegetation, mud, and sticks, we created a small bank along the stream's edge. Then, using a bite almost 3 times stronger than any other mammal of this size, our beaver chews nearby logs into starting sticks. He then rolls them into water and spikes them down into the soft stream. Beaver dams come in several shapes, but our beaver offer a conveying dam to displace the forceful flowing water, and layers in large rocks to reinforce areas where water flows the strongest. Depending on the dam's length, the stream's speed, and the number of beaver on the job, these devoted architects can build shockingly fast. In some cases where humans try to remove dams, beavers have rebuilt them overnight, sometimes rebuilt larger than they were before. Like most of them, our beavers project is just a couple meters long, and working alone, this dam could take several days to complete. But once the structure spanned the channel, his watery home begins to fill up. As the pond grows, he will extend the dam to block water flowing around the sides. However, some is permitted to leak downstream, releasing pressure on the dam and regulating pump's water levels. The larger the pump, the larger the beaver territory. Since they hold their breath up to 15 minutes, beavers can easily access foods along the shoreline. Throughout the fall, our beaver builds up impressive supply for winter, while also looking for someone to share it with. Beaver are fiercely territorial, but they're also bond for life. When the pond freezes over, our new beaver couples split their time between making trips to food catch with their largest private entrance and starting a family. Come summertime, the juvenile will have reinforced and expand their dam, gather food, and watch their younger sibling. After 2 to 3 years, these young beavers will disperse to find territory and mate of their own, but their ancestor dam can last for decades. Maintenance work discontinues by descendants or original colony or new beaver that move in when raising family leave. There are certainly no shortage of neighbors. Some regions have as many as 40 beaver dams per kilometer upstream. This is great news for surrounding wildlife that rely on heavily these semi-aquatic engineers. Lodges can serve as nesting sites and refuges for various species of waterfowl. Beaver Channel also connects the bodies of water, increase the biodiverse area between water and land. Humans benefit from beaver construction projects too. Their pond had replenished groundwater in part by creating large expanses of surface water. And just like their man-made counterparts, beaver dams slow floodwater. So just by following their natural instincts, these ecosystem engineers created huge impact downstream.